Hey guys, a lot of you have been asking to see my desk, so we're going to take a break from the smart home content and I'm going to give you a desk tour. There's quite a lot of planning that went into this setup. Because of my small apartment, this space had to be for work, gaming, and my workbench. Starting with the desk itself, this is a Vivo standing desk frame with an IKEA tabletop. Because I needed such a specific desk size, I bought the desk legs and the tabletop separately. This allowed me to cut the perfect fit while also being a super cost-effective way to purchase a standing desk. Under my desk, I have this IKEA storage unit and filing cabinet. On the top drawer here, I have my regular desk stuff. And in these other two drawers, I have all my electronic tinkering tools and equipment. Underneath here, there's a filing cabinet. I also keep this tech mat on top for when I'm working on projects on the tabletop so I don't damage it. I then have this super cheap gaming chair from Amazon. It was only $100 and it works great. The monitor is an LG Ultrawide 34-inch curved monitor. I use the built-in speakers to keep clutter off the desk and they actually sound pretty good. It's sitting on a monitor arm that's set up in a cantilevered setup. You can do this with any monitor with a cheap monitor arm, and really I think it's the look that makes the whole setup. And this is my keyboard, which I get a lot of questions on. I actually designed, manufactured, and built this all myself. It's got some really cool features like this rotary encoder knob, custom OLED screen, and custom RGB lighting. I also entirely hand-wired the keyboard myself. This requires a video in itself to talk about, but I built this thing entirely in my small apartment on that little CNC machine. For a mouse, I use the Corsair Harpoon. It's a smaller mouse that can be configured in wireless Bluetooth, wireless USB, or wired USB. It's also pretty affordable too, no complaints. Then we have the HomePod. You already know about this one from my other videos. And then we have my Windows PC. I'm not going to go too deep into this. It's running an older i5 and a 1060. Considering I use both PC and Mac, things are set up to handle both seamlessly. In my MacBook, I have one cable going in. This one cable handles power, USB, and display. If I want to switch to my PC, all I have to do is push this button underneath my desk, and it will switch from the Mac display and peripherals over to the PC absolutely seamlessly. The cable management on the standing desk is set up in such a way where there's only one cable going between the floor and the desk. And lastly, I have my pegboards from IKEA. These function for both utility and aesthetics. Up top, I have some fake plants, camera lens, vinyl, lamp from IKEA, camera, some notebooks, my two drones, some of my commonly used tools, pens and pencils, and my headset, just a cheap one from Amazon. So that's my desk. I hope you guys like that, even though it's not the normal smart home content. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll try to leave all this stuff in the links in my bio, so if you're looking for any, check it out there. And thanks for watching. Yo guys, I wanted to make a shorter video showcasing this amazing little device here. Basically what this thing lets you do is control a lot of your existing home electronics with your phone. Things like ACs, TVs, fans, entertainment centers. You'll be able to control all of those with your smartphone or your smart home. And the best part is it's super easy to set up and it only takes a few minutes. Let me show you how this thing works. So this is called an IR Blaster. It's basically a very powerful universal remote that seamlessly connects to your cell phone. What it's going to let you do is take any device that you would normally control with a remote, program that remote's commands seamlessly into the device, and then control it at will with your phone. All you have to do is to enter the device's make and model into this, and you'll all of a sudden have access to all the buttons that are on the remote on your cell phone. I'm going to show you how I have this set up with this little fan that I use here, as well as for my soundbar and my TV. Let's dive into it. Okay, so we've got the device set up here. Super simple. All you need to do is plug it into power and then set it up in the app, which takes about 5 minutes. And then you're ready to start sending commands from this device over to the devices you want to control. All you need to do is just make sure it's in range and can see the devices. Then when we push the button on our phone, the corresponding command will get fired from the device into the TV or fan. So all I have to do is say something like, "Hey Siri, turn on the fan." And just like that, the device sends our turn on fan command from there to the fan. You could even send more complex commands that are on the remote. Things like, "Hey Siri, turn on fan spin."
Okay, the fan spin is on.
And just like that, again, it sends the command to spin the fan from our device over to the fan. And then last but not least, saying things like, "Hey Siri, turn on the TV and soundbar." And just like that, the TV is turning on. Pretty fantastic. And like I said, takes minutes to set up, super easy to do, and gives you control over all of these devices that normally you'd be controlling manually. And it's literally that simple. My video before this one is a little bit more complex dive into how to set these things up and how they work, so check that out if you're interested. This specific one is called a Broadlink IR blaster. I'm gonna link this in my bio. If you're looking for it, just jump in there and you'll find the Amazon link. They're pretty cheap and there's lots of them out there. Just search IR blaster and you'll find lots, but I really like this one. Anyway, hope you guys like it. Hope it was cool, and I'll see you next time.